Hi, I'm Carl Trautwein, the creator of Home Copilot. What I want to show you on this video today is how the system works so you can see how easy it is to sell your home on Home Copilot. So first, you're going to create an account using an email on the system. And once that account is created, you are going to sign up to sell. So you simply put your address of your property in, and then you answer a few questions. You're going to put in the names and emails and cell phone numbers of each of the owners, then read the service agreement and click Save. So after you do that, the credit card charging screen is going to come up and you're going to pay your $299 fee. Okay, so how Home Copilot works is that it sends you emails when you have something to do. But the other thing it does is you have a sale management dashboard. And you can see the dashboard on the screen right now. And what will happen is when there are things for you to do, you will have something that says things to do. And you can see here are 6 things that you have to do. So what you're going to do then is just start doing the things you need to do. So first of all, you're going to answer property questions. And those are things like how many bedrooms and baths and certain things about your property. Okay, so I've answered the property questions and I'm going to go on to the next thing to do. So the next one we'll do is choose sale terms. And you can see the way Home Copilot works is it tells you right on the screen what you need to do. And there's also help information. So you see the big red question mark. If you need help on what you're having to do, there's a PDF file and there's a video. You can watch the video or read the file. So the first one here on choose sale terms is escrow time. So it tells you that, hey, the normal escrow time is about 40 to 45 days. And it's asking you what is the shortest amount of time you want for escrow and what's the longest amount of time. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 30 to 45 days. So the idea behind choose sale terms is that we want to get everything down that you want in this transaction. So when the buyer sees the information, they know what you want. Then they can easily agree to it or negotiate it and you'll be done. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the choose sale terms. Okay, so one of the things you do in choose sale terms is you decide how you're going to get your buyer the keys. So you can meet them at the property or you can arrange something else. So I'm going to go ahead and select I'm going to meet the buyer at the property. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to choose times for photos, buyers, and inspections. So you're going to enter the days of the week and the times that you want people to be able to come and see your house or for inspections to happen, like the appraisal or the photographer. And these are just standard times that anyone can make an appointment that day within that time. So I'm going to enter the time. I'm going to say from Monday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. I want people to be able to come by during that time. Go ahead and enter Tuesday, and you go through every day of the week. And if there's a day of the week you don't want appointments, then you go ahead and do not put that day in. We also have advance notice. You're going to put how many hours advance notice. So if people are coming over to see your house, you may want a little bit of advance notice, like an hour or two. But I'm going to go ahead and put 0 advance notice in this and then save it. All right, so the next thing is we are going to prepare our property for photos and buyers. And again, you have help information, PDF and video. There is a property preparation guide that we give you. I'm going to look at the PDF real quick. And look at this property preparation guide. It tells you everything you need to know and everything you need to do to get your property ready. So once your property is ready, then you can either estimate a date it will be done, or you can say you're done preparing the property. And so I'm going to say I'm done because I've got everything done. It's ready to go for your photos. Okay, so now we're going to choose how buyers and inspectors will access your property. So you have 2 options. You can either be there for the appointment or have someone there for the appointment, or you can use an electric key box. So sellers with vacant homes will want to use the electric key box, and that will give people the opportunity to go to the home and do their inspection, or for a buyer to look at the home without you having to be there. So in our case, I'm just going to say I'm going to go ahead and show people my home, and I'll be there for the appointments because that's what most sellers will do. Okay, here we have verify smoke detectors and water heaters braced. So we tell you how to do that, which helps you meet your requirements according to the law. And so I'm going to say that that is done. And then finally, we are going to complete disclosures. And disclosures are government mandated forms that you have to complete as a seller of a home in California. So Home Copilot will ask you the questions that need to be asked. You'll answer the questions, and that will complete your disclosures. And all these tasks we've been doing are called pre-marketing tasks. So they're to get your home ready, to get your photographs done, so you can place your home on the market, which means we could place your home marketing information on the internet. So you can see these disclosures, I'm just answering basic information, like does it have a pool, you know, all the information that you know about your house. So it's real easy, you just answer the questions and you're good. So once you complete your disclosure, you can review it. And I'm looking at the PDF file that shows me everything that I put on the disclosures. And so I'm happy with it. So I'm going to say they're accurate and complete. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to say I'm done. So we've completed all the pre-marketing tasks. There's nothing more for me to do. So where we're at now is the photographer has been sent a message by the system that you're ready for them to come out and take the photos. So what's going to happen is you're going to get an email when they set up the appointment, and here it is. It says, hi, professional photos are going to be done at 3 p.m. Monday, December 21st. So you'll get the notification. That's how all appointments work in the system. You get an email that tells you have an appointment. And then additionally, you get another email 24 hours before the appointment to remind you. And finally, 2 hours before the appointment, you get a text. So there's a constant system of reminding you so you don't forget the appointment. So the photographer comes out, takes the photos, and then uploads the photos. So after the photographer uploads the photos, then what happens is have a real estate expert from Home Copilot is going to give you a suggested starting price. So we're going to go back to your dashboard, and in the things to do, you can see choose starting price. So what's happened is the real estate expert has given you your suggested starting price. Now, so let's look at the suggested starting price. So it tells you, hey, your suggested starting price is $525,000. It also does a little market analysis that prices in your local market are rising, and it's taking an average of 28 days to sell properties. So it gives you all this information, and you can kind of think about it, and then you can decide, it's your decision what you want to price your house at. So down here at the bottom, you're going to decide whether you take our suggested starting price or you go higher or you go lower. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and take our suggested starting price and 525, and then I'm going to submit it. So next what's going to happen is we've done everything we need to do in order to get your home marketing information placed on the internet. So then it's going to give you a things to do. And so you're going to get an email, and you're also going to get it on your dashboard that says place property on market. So it's not going to go on the market till you do this. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I want to place my property on the market. The Home Copilot team is now placing your property information on the internet so that buyers can find it. And you're going to get a little email that says, congratulations, your property will soon be posted on top internet sites, and let you know that that's happening. So what's going to happen next is that buyers are going to see your property information, and they're going to want to come and make appointments to see your house. So again, those appointments are going to work just like your photo appointment worked. Buyers are going to go on, they're going to schedule an appointment. You're going to get a notification by email. You'll get a notification 24 hours before the appointment again, and you'll get a notification by text 2 hours before the appointment. So we require that buyers come see your property because we don't want someone to make you an offer unless they've seen the property. And we also require that buyers provide proof that they can afford your home, which the proof is in the form of their lender letter. And we're going to send you a copy of that letter with an email when the buyer schedules the appointment. Okay, so the buyer has come, they saw your property, And what the system does then is it'll send an email to the buyer and say, hey, would you like to make a purchase proposal? So let's say that the buyer did. So what will happen is you are going to get an email just like this, and it says, hi, congratulations, you have a purchase proposal to purchase your property. So all you do is you click on that, and it will load up, and it's going to show you what the buyer's proposal is. And so all the negotiation is online. It's really fast, it's really easy. So what we do first is we give you a summary of the purchase proposal, which is really cool. So there's the purchase price, the loan amount, the down payment. It tells you the escrow time, when the buyer's going to get the keys, who pays what expenses. So all these sections are highlighted in very simple terms and tells you exactly what the proposal is. Then the next thing that happens is you're going to see a section called differences to negotiate. So remember, the buyer was shown everything you want in this deal, and the buyer had an opportunity to either agree with what you wanted or disagree with it. And so in this case, we have two differences to negotiate. So you can see here, the seller, you wanted $525,000 for the property. The buyer offered you $515,000 for the property. So then you have a choice. You can respond to them by doing a different price, or you can respond to them by agreeing to the price they're offering. Also, we have a difference to negotiate in escrow time. You wanted anywhere from 30 to 45 days, but the buyer wants a faster escrow, they want 25 days. So then you have a chance to respond to that. So let's just keep this simple, and what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and say, yeah, we're going to agree with the buyer, a $515,000 price, and we're going to say, you know what, we can do a shorter escrow time, so we're going to agree to that escrow time. So in this case, I'm going to send the response to the buyer, and since we're in 100% agreement, what Home Copilot will then do is they're going to send you a purchase contract to sign. So let's send the response to the buyer. So what happens when you and the buyer reach the deal, and in our example here, we agreed with what the buyer was asking for, and so we now have something called a negotiated agreement. So the system's going to send you an email, as you can see right here, and it's going to kind of tell you who the buyer was again and how much the price was, and then you're going to have an opportunity to sign the purchase contract. So everything's done with electronic signatures. Your buyer signs electronically and you sign electronically. But first, what I want to do is let's look at the purchase contract, because I kind of want you to see how that looks. Here is the screen where you sign your purchase contract, and I want to kind of show you the purchase contract. It's very simple. It's explained in easy to understand language. So at the top here, you have your purchase price and financing. It tells you when the close of escrow is going to be, in our case, 25 days after acceptance. It shows you the expenses, etc. So you can see it's very simple. Our purchase contract is about 3 or 4 pages, which is great. So as you electronically sign, you just click at the bottom that yes, you want to sign this page, and then it takes you to the next page. So the purchase contract has some other sections like what is the buyer's right to cancel and receive the initial escrow instructions back. You can see that section 9 here. Tells you what rights the buyer has to investigate the property, do inspections and etc. So again, everything is very simple. Here's the seller right to cancel. What are your rights to cancel? What are the buyer's rights to cancel? So it's a beautiful purchase contract. It's very simple and easy to understand. So I'm going to sign this next page, and then I'm going to sign the last page. And of course, if there was 2 sellers, if you have a husband and wife, let's say, then you're each going to get an email with a copy, and then you're going to sign your copy. So now it says document signing is complete. So we've signed, and on the other end, the buyer is going through the same signature process. So now what we have is we have both you and your buyer have an agreed to signed purchase contract. And what Home Copilot is going to do, it's going to send an email to our escrow company so that escrow can be open. And the escrow officer is going to open escrow just like you would on any transaction. It's the same escrow company as you'd have in any real estate transaction. Home Copilot has a featured escrow company that we use for convenience, and they will do a great job for you. So escrow will open, and then what's going to happen is the buyer normally will want to schedule an inspection. They'll probably hire a professional home inspection, and they'll schedule their inspection appointment in the system, just like you've seen when the buyer came to see your house, and just like you saw the photo inspection. So you'll get notification of that inspection. The buyer will do their inspection. The lender will do what they need to do, and all these people, the escrow, the lender, the buyer, the seller, they're all tied into the system, and the system communicates with everybody, and everybody communicates with the system, so everybody knows what's going on. So the purchase contract that I showed you are the terms of your deal between the buyer and seller. And what Home Copilot's electronic brain does is it keeps track of all those terms, and then it's going to send you emails, and it's going to send the buyer emails. It's going to let you know when you need to do things, and just remind you of things that needed to be done, and help manage to get this transaction closed. So then in the end, all the escrow process will be worked through. You'll be signing your final escrow documents with the escrow company. And then when everything is ready, escrow will close, and escrow will let you know that escrow has closed. You're going to receive an email. And then what you're going to do is you just transfer the keys to the buyer. You give the buyer the keys according to how you decided when you originally started the process. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into how Home Copilot works. It's very simple. You do almost everything online. You have help on the screen. If you need additional help, you can call, and there's a live real estate expert that will help you. But it really is an easy, smooth process, and I know you're going to like it. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to call us at our number 800-818-4005, and we can answer your questions. So thank you for watching, and happy home selling.